Have you ever found yourself getting up 2, 3, or even more times at night just to use the bathroom? And when you finally crawl back into bed, sleep just won't come? Waking up tired, drained, with a foggy mind and a heavy body might seem normal as you age, but it's not. I'm Dr. Jane, and in this video, I'll reveal the right way to hydrate, when and how to drink water, so you can sleep through the night with fewer interruptions. It's not about drinking less, but drinking smarter, respecting your body's natural rhythms. Before we go on, I want you to comment below. What time do you usually wake up to use the bathroom? Maybe it's 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m. Write it in the comments. You'll see that many people have the exact same problem as you, and it'll build a sense of community. Then come back, because what I'm about to share could transform your nights and restore your energy during the day. We call nocturia a silent epidemic. It affects millions, but hardly anyone talks about it. In my Seattle clinic, though, I hear the stories every day. Men and women who thought waking up multiple times a night was just normal, a price to pay for aging. But while it's common, it's not normal. The neutral view is clear. Thousands of patient stories, and even the comments you leave here, confirm a deep, widespread struggle. Waking up 2, 3, or even 6 times a night to urinate isn't just an inconvenience. It's a problem that wears down your body, mind, and emotions. And there's a huge willingness to change, to try new routines, as long as they make sense and are practical. Let me share the story of Michael Thompson, a 72-year-old from Ohio who loved building ship models in bottles. It was his passion, his way to unwind and feel productive. But when he started getting up 4 or 5 times a night, his body couldn't keep up. Fragmented sleep made his hands shake so much he had to abandon the hobby he loved. With tears in his eyes, he told me he felt like he'd aged 10 years in just months. But after applying the right hydration method, Michael came back to my clinic with a smile. "Doctor, I slept 7 hours straight. Yesterday I woke up and my hands were steady. I'm back in my workshop. I'm not just sleeping better, I'm living again." The reality is this: nocturia isn't just about getting up at night, it's about what it steals from your day. But I need to be honest with you, the cause of your nighttime bathroom trips isn't always just how you drink water. It'd be too simplistic to say that changing hydration fixes everything. The truth is, other factors can play a role: an enlarged prostate, poorly managed diabetes, sleep apnea, or even diuretic medications. That's why I say this video isn't a promise of a miracle cure. What I'm sharing is a tested, proven method that helps the vast majority of people. But if your case involves more than hydration, you may need medical follow-up. There's no shame in that. The good news, even in those cases, adjusting how you drink water can significantly reduce nighttime interruptions. Let me tell you about John Davis, a 67-year-old who was used to waking up 3, 4, or on bad nights, even 6 times. The exhaustion was so intense, he said he felt like a zombie during the day. John also had an enlarged prostate and thought nothing could be done except live with it. But when he started following the hydration schedule I'll share in this video, something shifted. He adjusted his timing, cut back on liquids after 8 p.m., and practiced double voiding before bed. A few weeks later, John came back and said, "Doctor, I couldn't believe it. I'm down to just 1 or 2 wake-ups a night. It sounds small, but it's a huge victory for me. For the first time in years, I wake up with energy." That's proof that even when other factors are at play, small changes can bring major relief. But I also want you to know the positive side of this story. Despite the pain and frustration, thousands of people have already proven change is possible. The community growing around this topic reflects that. People who suffered in silence are now sharing victories, sometimes after just 1 night of adjustments. It shows that hope isn't an empty word, it's real. That's what happened with Susan Carter, a 55-year-old retired teacher. She was convinced that waking up 4 times a night was just another menopause symptom, something inevitable with age. But every morning she felt more exhausted, irritable, and struggled with even simple conversations at home. One day, Susan decided to try the hydration routine I teach here. She shifted most of her water intake to the morning, cut back on liquids after 6 p.m., and ditched coffee and wine at dinner. The result? A few days later, Susan came back emotional. "Doctor, I didn't think it was possible. But now I sleep better, wake up refreshed, and even started morning walks with my husband again. I thought I was stuck with this forever, but I realized I have a choice." These stories are living proof that you don't have to accept broken nights as your fate. With the right adjustments, your routine can be transformed, and the vitality you thought was lost can be reclaimed. Before I reveal the strategy, we need to address the most common mistakes. Mistakes that seem logical, but in practice only make your nights worse. These are myths that trap people in a cycle of frustration. The first myth: if I drink less water during the day, I'll urinate less at night. At first glance, it seems logical. Less water in, less urine out. But the human body doesn't work that way. When you skimp on water, your urine becomes highly concentrated, irritating your bladder like acid on skin. This triggers urgency, even when it's not full. Plus, by late afternoon, built-up thirst makes you drink excessively. Result: more bathroom trips in the middle of the night. The second myth: the problem is I've always had a small bladder. This is a common excuse, but rarely true. In most cases of nocturia in adults, bladder size isn't the culprit. What's really happening is uncontrolled urine production at night, caused by a natural drop in antidiuretic hormone with age, plus fluid returning from your legs after being pooled there all day. Even if you had a larger bladder, if your kidneys are working overtime, you'll wake up just the same. The third myth: a glass of wine or a beer before bed relaxes me and helps me rest better. This is perhaps the most dangerous trap. Alcohol may bring initial drowsiness, but it's also a potent diuretic and blocks the hormone that should reduce urine production at night. So, you're taking in liquid while disabling your body's natural brake. It's a perfect recipe for nocturia. Plus, alcohol fragments sleep, waking you up just when your bladder is demanding attention. These myths need to be busted, because as long as you believe them, you'll stay stuck in the same cycle. Now that we've cleared the ground, we're ready to build the real solution. Here's the heart of this video. What really works isn't drinking less, but drinking smarter. That's what I call strategic hydration. Simple, logical, and capable of transforming your nights. The method has an easy-to-remember name: FLOW. Each letter stands for a step. When you put these steps into practice, the result is a more balanced body, deeper sleep, and far fewer nighttime interruptions. F. Focus your hydration. The bulk of your water should be consumed early, not at night. The rule I teach my patients is simple. 75% of your liquid intake needs to happen by 4 p.m. Start the day with 2 good glasses of water. Keep sipping steadily through the morning and add another glass at lunch. This way, your kidneys have the whole day to work while you're active. L. Lighten the transition. After 4 p.m., don't cut off liquids abruptly, just taper off. Between late afternoon and dinner, half a glass of water is enough to quench thirst. At dinner, just a few sips to help swallow your food. This gradual slowdown preps your body to reduce urine production before bedtime. Off or stop in time. Here's the golden rule. No liquids 2 hours before bed. It's your sacred zone. If you usually go to bed at 10 p.m., your last drop should be at 8 p.m. This gap lets your kidneys filter everything and leaves your bladder ready for a calm night. If your mouth feels dry, swish some water or take a tiny sip, but don't break the rule with a full glass. W. Work in electrolytes. Hydration isn't just about water, it's about absorption. A simple tip is to start the day by adding a pinch of sea salt and a few drops of lemon to your first glass of water. This helps your cells absorb water better and reduces that intense thirst by late afternoon. This is the flow method. It's not complicated, doesn't require pills, and doesn't rely on magic formulas. It's just science applied to daily life. If the flow method is the engine that drives better sleep, there are also a few extra tools that act like boosters. These are simple but highly effective techniques to further reduce nighttime bathroom trips. The first technique is double voiding. How many times have you gone to the bathroom before bed, only to feel the urge again 20 minutes later? This happens because the bladder doesn't always empty completely. The solution is simple. Sit down to urinate. Yes, even for men. Sitting relaxes the pelvic floor muscles, allowing the bladder to empty more fully. After you're done, wait 30 to 60 seconds, lean slightly forward, and try again. Often, a little more urine comes out. That little more could be what keeps your bladder from waking you at 3 a.m. The second technique is the gravity elevator. Do your ankles swell during the day? That's not just discomfort, it's pooled fluid. When you lie down, that fluid returns to your bloodstream, heads to your kidneys, and ends up in your bladder. But we can get ahead of it. 1 or 2 hours before bed, elevate your legs above heart level. Use pillows, the couch, or your bed. This way, the fluid returns earlier and can be flushed out before you sleep. It's like training your body not to sabotage your rest. The third technique is salt control. In the morning, a pinch of salt can help with water absorption. But throughout the day, excess salt is a silent enemy. Too much sodium makes your body retain fluid, increases thirst, and forces your kidneys to work overtime to clear it out. That means more urine at night and more sleep interruptions. Cooking at home, avoiding ultra-processed foods, and easing up on the salt shaker is a powerful way to protect both your bladder and your heart. These three techniques, combined with the flow method, create a complete, natural, and practical protocol for cutting down on nighttime bathroom trips. They're small adjustments that can lead to full nights of uninterrupted sleep. We've reached the end of this journey. You've seen how something as simple as how you hydrate can be the key to deep sleep and energized days. The flow method and supporting techniques aren't magic promises. They're applied science, proven by people who've lived this transformation. From a neutral perspective, it's undeniable. Nocturia is common, but it's not normal. Small tweaks to the timing, amount, and quality of your liquid intake can drastically reduce how often you get up at night. But playing devil's advocate, I must remind you, not all cases are tied to hydration alone. Men with severely enlarged prostates, women in advanced menopause, or people with diabetes or sleep apnea may need medical follow-up. So, adapt these tips to your reality and never ignore persistent symptoms. On the positive side, thousands are already proving it works. In the comments every day, I see stories of people sleeping 5, 6, even 7 hours straight after applying these steps. If they can do it, why not you? I think of Harold Bennett, a 74-year-old who, for 2 decades, got up as many as 5 times a night. After a week of the method, he wrote, "Doctor, I can't remember the last time I woke up this rested. For the first time in years, I could play with my grandkids without needing to sit every 10 minutes. Or Margaret Wilson, 59, who blamed menopause for her sleepless nights. She told me, "I thought this was my fate, but just by tweaking my water schedule and cutting late-night liquids, I slept 6 hours straight. I cried with joy." And John Davis, 68, who had given up hope. I was exhausted. My wife said I was always grumpy. After 2 weeks, even she noticed, "You're you again. Now it's your turn." The choice is in your hands. Start today, adjust your hydration, honor your 2-hour sacred zone before bed, practice double voiding, and most importantly, share in the comments. How many times do you get up at night? By writing, you take the first step and inspire thousands struggling with the same issue. If this video brought you value, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of the upcoming tips that could transform your health and life. I'm Dr. Jane, and I want to see you living restful nights and energized days, because you weren't born to live tired. You were born to live fully.